Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for the new semester, Monsoon 2022. Big welcome to all the students, all the tutors, all members of staff, everybody. It's the beginning of a new semester, and this is always a very nice, happy moment when we are all looking to the future. I'm happy that last year we sort of were getting out of the COVID period, and we had an on-semester campus. Looking forward to another proper on-semester campus too. I don't know how many of you have seen the campus, desolate, without life. It was really not a nice sight. And as soon as the students arrived and activity started, it just came to life. As an aside, that tells you, all these architectural pictures we make without any people there really makes no sense. The campus really makes sense when there are people there. And it's lovely to have everybody back. It's lovely to be able to come to campus and become part of the life of SEPT. So welcome, everybody. Last time we also had an exhibition that was on campus. And I hope that nothing happens this semester that disrupts the coming semester, that we don't have any reason to sort of change track and have to go back to any alternative way of doing things. So it's been a very challenging few years, last 2, 3, 4 years. And like all challenges, it also brings new opportunities and also brings some changes and advantages. The most amazing thing was all of us learned the power of online functioning. Now, I don't want to make too much of this. I just told you that online is not enough. We have to have on-campus work. It's not as if online can replace on-campus. Campuses will remain. Campuses are needed. The amount of interaction, the fun of interaction, the fun of learning, the fun of teaching is really so much more when you can actually be on campus. It's not half as much fun. But online campus, online functioning has added huge amount of possibilities to what SEPT can do. We can now have sort of a blended hybrid way of functioning. We are doing this right now. We would all have been in one large auditorium going through, we would not have been able to meet everybody together. We would be going through batches of people. And this is no longer the case. We are able to have a proper sort of meeting of people together. And this is really terrific. What it has done is it has actually ended up making it possible for us to stop thinking of SEPT as an Ahmedabad institution and making us dependent only on what's available within Ahmedabad. SEPT was anyways sort of reaching out all across the country and across the world to enrich the education that it provided. Now with online functioning, this has become very, very, very much more possible. There are people from across the country, across the world that we can bring into our teaching programs. And that's perhaps the biggest advantage that we've got from the COVID sort of challenges. I'm also very happy that through the COVID period, we were able to function. We were able to smoothly transition into online functioning. And unlike many other institutions that sort of had you were not able to tackle this challenge easily, CEPT was able to tackle these challenges really well. It's we remain on schedule, more or less. We were able to run our programs reasonably well. And while it did have a little bit of an impact, we were able to sort of manage the crisis much better than it could have been. I think this is a testimony to the sort of systems that we have in place, but more importantly, to the absolute and fantastic commitment of all the people who work at CEPT. We have an amazing set of tutors, and we have amazing staff members who all rose to the challenge, and instead of getting sort of disturbed by it, they were able to quickly take advantage from that. Another big problem of the COVID period has been that it has the unhappiness of that period, not being able to meet people, not being able to interact with people, has affected us mentally in some ways. All of us have been very unhappy, having to stay at home, having to work online, not being able to go out. This has taken its toll. I don't want to make light of this. We don't talk enough about it. I think we should, and wherever people are suffering on account of that, I'd sort of urge them to reach out for help from friends, from additional counselors that we have, from your tutors, whoever. But reach out if you are feeling the impact of the COVID loneliness in some way or the other on your health. It's really important. I hope that we don't have to change anything on account of any new crisis that emerges. I hope that we are able to get through this semester smoothly. I think that we have a fantastic new set of fantastic set of tutors and studios in place, and now it's time to get to work. So let me end this very quickly by saying, take care of your health. Reach out to people if you need to reach out. Remain focused, and most of all, do terrific, exciting, excellent work that makes you and all of us proud. I look forward to the end of semester exhibition, when all that we do this year is celebrated, is put up for display, and let's show the world that CEPT remains the best institution for teaching in the country. So, and it's now all in your hands. So thank you very much. Have a great semester, and let's see you during the semester, but let's ensure that we have a great exhibition at the end. Thank you very much, everybody. Anjali, you're going to take over?
Thank you, Bimal Bhai. We now have Professor Chirayu Bhatt, who's the Acting Dean, Faculty of Management and Deputy Provost, who will talk about generally the plan for the next semester.
Good morning, everyone. Great to see you all once again, and feels great to again be part of this time where we are starting the new semester. So in this session, essentially all the deans will be talking about the studios that are on offer. And again, like every semester, we have a choice, significant choice at the L2, L3, and also in some of the master's programs. So I hope that all of you will exercise this choice carefully and will plan it in a way that it helps you take your career forward in the directions in which you would like. This is one of the unique aspects of SEP's pedagogy, that this much choice is on offer to students, especially at the bachelor's level. And if I'm not wrong, 70 plus studio units at the L2, L3 with single tutors, dual tutors, and each studio having its own sort of a teaching assistant who helps support the studio unit. This is really unique, and this is something that all of you should make the most of. Some of you are coming into this choice framework for the first time, after finishing the foundation program. So you might have some questions, concerns. Please talk to your friends about how to go about this. But most importantly, what I would like to say is that don't get too anxious, don't get too nervous about it. You have multiple opportunities to exercise this choice. So please do that carefully. All the studios that are put forth in this choice framework, they are all good studios. They are taught by competent tutors. They've gone through a approval process. The briefs have been reviewed, discussed, comments have been shared, and after all of this process, they have been put forth for the registration. So they're all good studios. They're all focused on building certain types of abilities that you will be able to develop after completing the studio successfully. So if in case, by chance, if you don't get your first choice, don't get disheartened. You will have more opportunities. And even otherwise, these are all very good studios that will give you learning opportunities nonetheless. A few other changes have come about in the last 1 year. There is some sort of a space readjustments, reallocations. Every semester we have to go through an exercise where we look at what is the space available for all the students that we have and the studios that we are offering and how we can accommodate that to the best possible. And a number of discussions have been going on. So you might find some of the spaces that have changed. All the deans and program chairs have been involved in these discussions, and finally what we have is the best possible arrangement for this semester. So please look out for that. I think you will find the space assignments on your portal, or your program chairs and program admins would be able to guide you for that. And lastly, I would like to say that I would like to reiterate what Vimalbhai mentioned, that if there are any specific concerns that you are facing, please share that. Please share that with somebody who you trust, who you would like to share that with. Hopefully, you are also able to share that with the tutors or the dean, so they can take some action on how to find the right kind of support for you. If you need to speak to a counselor, please do so. We are in the process of setting up the wellness center just near the old workshop area. So that is underway and will be ready quite soon. But please don't keep it to yourself. If you are facing significant challenges, please talk to somebody. Please share that. Let us try to find the right support to get you through whatever challenges that you are facing. And finally, we look forward to the exciting work at the end of the semester in the exhibition. This time the exhibition is going to be in December, so definitely much more pleasant weather, and we hope there will be a mix of outdoors and indoors like we used to have earlier. So we look forward to that. Thank you and best wishes for the coming semester.
Thank you, Chirayu. I now invite Dr. Anil Shah, the Acting Dean, Faculty of Technology, to say a few words.
Thank you, Anjali. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, dear students and colleagues. I welcome you all for Monsoon 22 semester. As my colleagues have already mentioned, we are extremely delighted to have you back on campus. And once again, this campus will be buzzing with many students and good work, and canteens will be full and workshops will be full, and there's so much to happen, and we are really excited with respect to that. We at Faculty of Technology, we started studio since about 3 years now, and I'm happy to share that we are improving eventually, and we're getting really good feedback from the board of reviewers, from the students. The students are extremely happy, the tutors are extremely happy, and we really now look forward to some more exciting studios, to some more exciting tutors. These studios are carefully devised, and the aim of this studio is to train students in developing problem-solving abilities, adapt new technologies, and derive innovative design solutions for the built environments. As we strive towards excellence, I think this time 17 tutors, I'm just talking about level 2 and level 3 studios. So about 17 tutors have worked closely with TLC team and have thoughtfully come up with some good studios. Summing up that, we have about 120 students for level 2 and level 3. And we have offered about 4 level 2 studios and 6 level 3 studios. To be more specific, we have studios on plumbing design, form and structure steel. So plumbing design is being offered by Deeksha and Deepen Mehta. Form and structure steel is being offered by Professor Thara and Vasav Bhatt. Unfurling biostructures, we have Japan and Anand Vishwanathan. Exploration in wood material form and construction. This is a new studio we are coming up and we are working on this time, is offered by Jinal Shah and Tanisha Wara. MEPF services design and coordination by Shamik Desai. Engineering sustainability impact of design materials and technologies by Varun Yadav and Dhaval Mistry. Engineering urban water system is being offered by Professor Tushar Bose. Exploring pedestrian bridges is being offered by Rachit Sheth. We are again offering this studio for the first time. Again, urban road intersection and design and analysis. This is again offered for the first time. That is by Komal and Virva. And concrete, exploring its versatility. This is a very famous studio offered by Bhargav Tevar and Nikunj Tave. The details of the studios are already on the portal, and I think subsequently we are following up with presentations by the tutors, and you are having this studio selection. As Professor Chirayu mentioned, I think you should not get disheartened that you don't get your first choice, because all studios are equally carefully worked upon. These studios are finalized considering the main objective of the studio-based pedagogy, that is analyzing and designing, constructing and specifying and tackling complex engineering problems. And for Faculty of Technology, I think this is it is following a unique pedagogy which is not being followed at other engineering institutions. With this, I would also mention that please take care and please feel free to get connected with us in case of any query or any other challenging situation that you are facing. I welcome you all once again on board. Thank you very much. Over to you, Anjali.
Thank you. Thank you, Anal. I now invite Professor Anand Bhele, the Dean, Faculty of Design, to say a few words.
Hi, good morning, and thank you all for giving this chance to me to address the SEPT community. Welcome to all the new students and the faculty members. We are here to announce and to share the names and the types of studios we are offering this monsoon semester. And I especially would like to welcome all the new faculty members and thanks to the old ones who are continuing to support us in these difficult times. This time we have about 10 studios for the L2 for BID and BDES. These studios are mainly in the expedition in digital technologies, in braids and crafts. There's a new studio in typography by Mona Prabhu. There's introduction to metal, the art of detailing, exploration of design, material in focus, travelers' homes, celebrating crafts, hybrid workplaces, ecosystems for recreation, and less is more. We also have L3 BID and BDES studios. Now you see BDES has reached for the first time in the level 3 with more and more complex studios coming in and advanced studios coming in. So we have a new one for rental furniture that Kavlav is taking. We have an advanced studio in design for manufacturing. It's called as dialects an impression by Sadasivan. Then there is Gaurang Shah offering form, kinematics, and movements. These are the new studios in BDES L3. There was a lot of demand from the students that we had advanced studios in BDES, so we have been able to offer some good studios here. For BID, we have curated spaces by Sunita Dalvi. She did an excellent job last semester with another studio. We have brand building with Ruchi. Ruchi has been continuously supporting us. Contextualizing interiors by Prashant Pradhan and Vaibhavi. Deviant orders of new workspaces by Errol and Ratna. Ornamentation by Kirit Reuse undefined by Dexter, and last but not least, a new one by Khushru Irani and Ketki Jadhav, and mono use to multi use. We also have L4, in which we are offering for the first time Vikram Panchal, who's taking MBPS studio for modular systems, and he is going to deal with a staircase as an example. Then we have design morphology by Gaurang and Ananya. Then we have contextual interiors within the Dropbox, and we have the hybrid typologies and advanced adaptive reuse. These ones are being offered by Millie and Percy Pitawala. We also have two MFD studios which are going to be taken by Kavlav and Samir Bhai. Yeah. Now this was just a list. I would like to just add a little bit about design learning and how it's changing. Design learning was in the earlier times defined as learning to know and learning to do. So we have been doing this for a while, and there was no notion, and there was, I would in fact add, that there was this notion that I am skilled and I am a good designer. Then there was also this notion that independent designers can do anything and everything. So I am Anand Belle Design and I can do it all. Gone are these days, my friends. Today is the time for designers to co-create and to coexist with each other, and we need contributors who can solve problems with us, and hence we need to learn to work in a group. I would urge that designers draw information from other people's fields. They take opinions from other experts. They consult experts. They consult stakeholders, and they learn to co-create. The design problems are becoming larger and larger in this world, and it's not about just a product or just a system. It is much more today. So we at SEP, and especially at the Faculty of Design, need to concentrate on this and very consciously develop these abilities, these new focuses that we need to develop in the students. This situation will demand new abilities and offer new constraints, and I sincerely urge my fellow colleagues to prepare our students to these challenging times. With that, I say thank you and all the best to all the students and the faculty for this wonderful coming semester. Thank you.
Professor Bille. I now invite Professor Anjali Yagnik, the Dean of Faculty of Architecture, to say a few words.
Thank you, Anjali. So good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the start of the Monsoon 2022 semester. I hope all of you had a good break and are refreshed and ready to start your studio and your elective courses in the coming semester. And also, thank you all for the really good work that was produced and done and exhibited in spring 2022, at the end of spring 2022. So once again, registration and selection of studios and elective courses is online, as it has been for the last 4 semesters. I think this has just turned out to be a more efficient way of doing this. And it also has been streamlined over the course of these semesters. So most of you are now familiar with the online process of registration and selection, although there will be some new learning for UG and PG students joining CEPT in M22. To give everyone a sense of the overall structure of studios in different programs and at all levels in FA, the information for Monsoon 22 is as follows. So with respect to the selection of vertical studios at L2 and L3 levels in the Faculty of Architecture, level 2 students, there are about 175 students, and you will have 13 design studios from which you can select a studio that aligns with your particular area of interest. 5 of these are with single tutors and the remaining 8 with dual tutors. I won't go into the list of the studios and the tutors because that is available to you. Similarly, level 3 students, about 130 students, have a choice of 10 studios in Monsoon 22. 5 of these are single tutor studios and the remaining 5 are dual tutor studios. Along with studio, around 20 L3 students have opted for internship this semester, and 15 have opted to work on directed research projects. So I hope all of you get to work in a studio of your choice. But I would like to just, sort of repeat this cautionary thing, which is that, however, since this is a choice-based selection for both students and tutors, and as many of you already know, your academic performance in previous semesters and your portfolios, they will play a significant role in guaranteeing that you get your choice of studios. So, I think it is important for you to keep this in mind as you go through your academic career at CEPT, and this will just help you and open up better opportunities. Then with respect to our postgraduate program in the Faculty of Architecture, this semester, all the PG students will be enrolled in 7 different master's programs. In the Masters in Architectural Design program, we have 36 third semester students, and they have a choice of 3 studios from which they can opt for their preferred studio. 2 of these are single tutor studios and 1 is a dual tutor studio. This program, however, as we all know, is being discontinued after spring 2023. In the Masters in Landscape Architecture program, 36 third semester students again have a choice of 3 studios from which they can opt for their studio of choice. 2 of these are single tutor studios and 1 is a dual tutor studio. Students in the first semester will be enrolled in 3 single tutor foundation studios. In both the conservation and regeneration program and in the architectural history and research program, students in their third semester will register for the respective studios on offer in the 2 programs. And students in their first semester will register for a joint foundation studio between the MCR, the Conservation and Regeneration, and the MAHR, or the Architectural History and Research programs. In addition to these 4 master's programs in the Faculty of Architecture, there are now 3 new master's programs, and these are the new master's programs are in architectural tectonics, or MAT, M-A-T in short, in housing design, or MHD, and interior design, or MID, in Monsoon 22. Students in the first semester in all the 3 new programs will be enrolled in the respective foundation studios. So that's it from me. To attend the Q&A sessions that follow this gathering. And I wish all of you well and hope that you get the studios and the elective courses that you want. And most of all, stay safe. COVID is still here, although it is allowing us to be on campus. And as all the previous deans mentioned, this has made such a big difference. But, stay safe and well engaged in your academic and extracurricular pursuits. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I now invite Dr. Mona Iyer, the Dean of Faculty of Planning, to say a few words.
Thank you, Anjali. Very good morning to all of you. And we look forward to welcome you to the campus. And after a long time, we will have full strength on campus. So we all are excited about it. And at the same time, as my colleague said, we should try and be safe, healthy, and hydrated. About the studios this upcoming semester, monsoon semester at Faculty of Planning, for the BUD, we have 6 L2 studios and 4 L3 studios. And for L2 studios, we have about 77 students. And the themes are generally around streets. There are 2 studios on streets. One is about the interface of gender and streets and how streets are designed, keeping gender in mind. Other is about designing a bus station. Then we have a studio on migrant housing and how residential spaces come together to form a collective. There is a theme on computation and urban form where we talk about using generative methods to develop projects in urban spaces. Play methodologies, which is using game design to work with communities and designing projects. And food production and urban spaces, which talks about how processes bring food to the cities and how it impacts urbanism. So these are the 6 studios in L2. These are all returning tutors. We have had a good track record of all these studios, and we are happy that the tutors have continued for a long time. For the L3 studios, there are 4 studios, 44 students, and the studios are around, first one is about Eco Warriors, which talks about designing open lands. Other one talks about designing lands along the riversides, rivers and cities. Third one is on policy and design, which talks about how regulations impact the urban form and urban design in the neighborhoods. And fourth topic is around humanizing the cities, which is mapping the social networks and trying to see how neighborhoods would develop around those. So these are about 10 studios altogether, 6 L2 and 4 L3 studios. We would have about 9 colleagues joining to take the L2 studios and 5 colleagues joining to take the L3 studios. And all are returning tutors, and we welcome them all on board along with the students. For the L4, in Faculty of Planning, we have 5 master's programs. And the first semester would be the foundation semester. So all the 5 programs do the planning foundation program together. So it is a studio designed for about 152 students working in the units of 15 each, trying to understand the city. 1 kilometer of Ahmedabad city is studied by a group of 15 students, and they all put it together in the end, studying all the aspects of planning. So that's the foundation studio. And for the 3rd semester, all the 5 programs have different studios going with their respective themes. But the larger cross-cutting theme is project development, because they are in the 3rd semester and they are almost ready to take on in the practical field. So the 3rd studio is about, the 3rd studio is about project design, where they projectize an idea, be it urban design, urban planning, urban transport, urban infrastructure, or urban housing, on all these themes. So this is about the L4 studios at Faculty of Planning. And thank you all once again for being here online with us, all the tutors, all the colleagues, and all the students. And we look forward to meeting you all in person soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Mona. So that brings us to the end of this session. There was just one or two logistical announcements that I wanted to make. Basically, for your interviews, I just wanted to highlight the slight change that has been introduced into the system, because basically the Zoom license allows uninterrupted connection after 40 minutes only for a licensed version. And that's why we've introduced this change. So once students enter the meeting for the interviews, they will be assigned to various studios, waiting rooms. So it will take about 5-10 minutes, so just be patient with that. We've put that in the guidelines, which will be sent to you. So it will be helpful if you just look at them. It's all, those guidelines are also on the studio selection page. Yeah, and the portal is now open for you to, I think it will open by 10:30 for you to put in your priorities. Well, thank you, everyone. That brings us to the end. Thank you.